Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. I've got a new, it's right here, a new Hansshow product. No, you know what, somebody asked me a couple weeks ago if this is a Hansshow channel now. It isn't. It isn't. But these guys just keep innovating and keep sending me new and cool stuff that I want to share with you guys, so you can have, like, if you want any aftermarket products, you have an educated and updated opinion and knowledge of what's out there. So this one, it's all shiny and it's a different kind of box and like silvery outline and everything. Anyways, if this works out from what I see in the videos and the description, if this works out, this will be the best of all worlds if you want a center console screen right in front of your steering wheel. This one is the H6. I reviewed this one and installed this one about a month ago. So a lot of people like this because it's small. It has Apple CarPlay. It has the Android Auto. It has the front-facing camera, all in a small little thing that doesn't go in front of your vent and block the airflow as much as the 9-inch. This one is 6.8 inch, and that other one was 9-inch or a 10-inch. Now, this one still blocks the airflow a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. It's not completely different. It's not completely better than the other one, but it is smaller on a smaller footprint. So ideally, it's supposed to be less restrictive for the airflow. This one is, like I said, the best of all worlds. It's a 9-inch screen. It allows airflow, and I'll show you how they have an ingenious design in it. And if this works, then I think they've nailed it. They've nailed the way to get information right in front of you, so you don't have to use the screen if you don't like to. I've got used to it, but I've also got used to this too. So I like both. I see arguments for, you know, the uncluttered, clean look and simplicity, and then I see the argument for having information old school in front of you and additional features like Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and stuff like that right in front of you here. So without any further ado, let me open this up and show it to you. I don't know if you guys can see this. It opens. Okay, the box is open, and inside, as you can see, little USB A to C adapter. They keep putting that in, I'm not sure why. This is the wiring for the front-facing camera and all the mounts and stuff like that. This is interesting. This is some kind of a sticky template to tell you where to put it. And I'll show you how this works. It's a sticker, but it's, from what I understand, it's needed. The bag with the wiring harness and another orange puller thing. I always forget the name of it. And this is the screen itself. If you take it out of here, show it to you. Now the install should be very simple and very similar to other installs for the 9-inch or 10-inch screen. So if you've done that before, you'll be familiar with it. But this is what I want to show you. I want to show you the design. So it's a screen, 9-inch. It's angled perfectly. These little tabs here go into it and, you know, hold it into the air vent. But right here, what it does, it goes into the air vent. This is the back part of it, and there's a little foam insulation, I guess, for vibration, maybe heat or air insulation too, so nothing escapes. Rubberized on the bottom here to protect your dash. And then right here, I guess the channel of air goes through here and comes out at the bottom here. And like I said, if this works, and then there's a bunch of vents and speakers here and USB-C inputs. If this works like it's intended to do, it'll be really good. Hey, Editing Dax here. Sorry to interrupt the video, but I just want to remind you, use the discount code REGEN, R-E-G-E-N, at checkout. Right after you've either picked this product or any other Hansshow product, after you've pressed the checkout button, there's a little box there you can put a discount code in. Use that discount code. It'll get you about 25 or 30, I forget, either 25 or 30% off your purchase or all your purchases. So don't forget to use that discount code. Back to the video. What I'm curious about is in the wintertime, when you've got the heat pumping and there's hot air going through here, will it affect the electronics and the circuitry in here to slow down the processor or mess up the screen? I don't think so, because right now hot air hits here, or on a 9-inch screen even closer, almost directly hits there, and you know, if anything's going to heat up and slow down or shut off a processor, the hot air going through there would be not exactly the same, but probably enough to do it. Here, it's internal, so this is probably closer, but it's got a good weight to it. So I'm assuming that they've thought of that and engineered it and shielded it against that kind of stuff. So very clean cutout here. 3 little vents, 1, 2, and 3. I don't know if they go in left, right, and center, but we'll see. We'll test it out. What I want to do first, and that's a nice, beautiful OLED 9-inch display in a 16:9, it looks like, orientation. What I want to do first, before I go any further, before I uninstall this one, is I made this little, it looks like, I don't know, it's just tissue paper. And what I want to do is I want to see what the airflow is right now. So I'm going to turn on the vents. It's going to get a little loud because I don't have any vents on right now, or any HVAC system, just for audio reasons. But I'm going to turn it up, and let's see if we can turn this to full. Take it off here, take it off here, and have it fully. Okay, now it's coming out fully out of here. So now, yeah, you can see the airflow there. You can see the streams of tissue moving around. The streams of tissue, if I move it over here, moving around here. So, and even at the back, I don't know, I might have to move the camera, I don't know if you can see the back. But if I put it here, you can see the airflow to the left of the screen. As soon as I put it in the middle of the screen, there's nothing. Put it to the right of the screen, there's airflow coming from the right of the screen. Anything on top? Yeah, even on top, you can see airflow at the top. But obviously, if I put it right here, there's nothing. And it's on high now. And then, oh, there you can see the airflow a lot more there at the top. But obviously, right in front of me, like if I put it in front of my face in my driving position, which would be, let me put it in my driving position. That's my driving position. There's a little bit of airflow coming through there. Not that much. Mind you, this is on high. I usually don't have it on high. But if I put it here, yeah, there's airflow to the right of my face, airflow to the left of my face, and up here. And I can feel it with my hand too. So, but nothing directly here. So, let me turn that off. Let's swap this around now. Put this in, and like I said, it's going to go right here. And then test it out. Now, whether the yoke or regular steering wheel, it's not going to make a difference. The only difference is the regular steering wheel has obviously the part that comes up here, which is very thin. It's not going to make much of a difference. Let's install it quickly and see what the difference is. Okay, so the next little part is going to be the install, and I'm going to use some of the Hansshow videos and then some of my own videos just mixed in between there. Okay, like I said, the Hansshow install video is so good that I'm just going to use this and talk over it because they did a pretty good job. So first you got to take these triangular side pieces out on either side, the driver's side and the passenger side. Just use your trim removal tool and it just pops up. And that'll allow you to take the center dashboard off where the air comes through. And you can use the tool, but if you just hold your hand and pull it up, the whole thing will just come off on either side. Then once you take it out, there's no wires. You can just remove the whole thing out of the car. Okay, from there you got to get the unit and then turn the dash upside down and fish the wire through the holes. That's what that black tape is for. You put the black tape on and then you fish it through. Then once you have it fished through in the proper holes, then you have this black metal bracket. This black metal bracket goes over top the vents so they line up with the 4 screw holes here. Now you can count and make sure you do it, or I mean it's pretty self-explanatory. When you put the black bracket on, you will see the holes and they have these screws that are included. The screws just go in. You got to make sure you don't screw it in too tightly. Just snug, but not too tightly, as it's going into plastic. It'll strip the holes if you go too tightly. This secures the actual unit onto the dashboard from the inside out. Then you got to get the wiring harness there. Now they're different colors. Be careful with the colors you choose. I'm going to put up a picture of the proper way. Hansshow really, I mean, I hope they change it in the later versions of this, but the color coded things that they have don't match up. Like as you can see in this picture, yellow is supposed to go to red, black goes to black, and then red goes to pink. You would think that, you know, red goes to red. So follow this instructions and you'll see. Then afterwards, you take the, I mean, you can leave it on, but I would take the black sticker off if I were you. Then we moved on to the passenger side door trim. Just take that rubber out. That'll get in the way. You can put that in easily afterwards. There's a top little plastic trim using the removal tool that just pops out if you just use the removal tool. And then there's one of these little round fasteners that you just have to pop out to get the bottom piece out. Once that's out, then the whole bottom piece will come out right where the kick plate is. Put that aside. Once that's out, there's another one, those little round fasteners that's holding a piece of the carpet trim in. Take that out because you need to get to the wiring back there. Then move on to the front. You take the front cover off the front. That just snaps off very easily. Then you use a 10mm socket, and then you unscrew 4 bolts in the front. 2 at the front right by the bumper, and 2 in the front itself. Put those aside so you don't lose them. Then you need to remove the access panel. That includes the emergency release for the front. Be careful, there's wiring in there that you have to undo before you take the whole panel off. Then once that is done, the whole front should just come out easily. Now the fun part begins, where you have to fish the camera wiring right through that right there. That's a conduit hole there that goes back into the car from the passenger side front area. That's all rubber. In this video, they show you that you actually cut it. They have 2 nubs. They just cut the one nub and fish it through. You can do that if you like, but there's a way to get through it otherwise. And then you just fish the camera wiring through, just like you would do normally, and that comes out the other side, which is the interior of the car, as you can see here. Once that's done, then you just trace the wire along the dashboard, put it up in an area where it's away from the vents, and it won't get in the way of the clips. Then you have to apply the adhesive strip somewhere on the front bumper and onto the camera mount. That's the camera mount. You just put the adhesive on there, and then you fish that wire through the front flaps, part of the grill. Those flaps open up, and if you stick your hand in there, you have small enough hands, you can get in there and get to the other side, and then mount it whichever way you want. You have to clean the area before you do it and mount it where you think it's the best. Then you have to decide if you have an AMD chip or an Intel chip. If you have an Intel chip, this video isn't for you. You'll have to find another video for that. So once the wiring comes down here, as you can see, we're going to trace it all the way down here. And at the end, the wiring has all the different connectors, but they're all labeled. This one says Intel. Intel is the old one, and that goes up into the computer under the dash, under the glove box. And if you have that is a pain in the ass. Good luck for that. Here's the other one. This one's for the power for the AMD. AMD is much easier because the AMD one goes right into here, into the blue one, and then the power goes right into here. And I'll show you this one right here. If you look at the whole entire panel here, or post, it comes down, and just before it bends, there's a white connector here. All you do is you unplug this white connector. There's a tab here, right here. You put that thing's in the way. There's a tab here. You push that in, then it comes up, and then you find the power, and this is the power here. So you just replace it to where that other one came out of, and it just pushes in until it clicks. You'll hear click, and then this one gets replaced into here. It just acts as a jumper, folks, and it's hard to do this one hand while holding the camera. So basically you put this one into here. So you take the blue one, blue onto blue. That's easy. Here's the blue one right here. So we take the blue wire, or the blue plug, and blue on blue. You can't really mess this up. It only goes in one way. And once you get it in, it'll click in. It's hard doing this with the camera in my hand, but there you go, just like that. She's plugged in. So once it's in, you have all these wires left over. You tuck them in behind here neatly. You can use electrical tape to tidy them up, or some zip ties and stuff. Tidy it up in there, and then you close this back, and you put the covers right here. You put them back on in the same way you took them off. And then last but not least, put the dash back on and just clip it down the same way you took it out. You put it back down and make sure the wiring is out of the way for the clips. The screen's installed, as you can see here. The one thing you want to see probably most of all is the newest and best feature, which is these vents down here. So let's do this first and foremost. I'm going to crank the air. Hopefully you can hear me. And you can see airflow is coming. It's on high, so my voice may not come up through. airflow is coming through here. Airflow would come through there. You can see it. I don't know if you can see off camera, but right here is where we want to see. Okay, of course, there's nothing behind because the way it is, I'll show you the way it's designed. It scoops in the air right at the vent, and it channels it underneath the device. So right here is where you want to see. So you want to see what it's like? Look at that airflow. Now I'm just using a little makeshift tissue thing, but you can see it sort of depicts how the airflow is going. And you're thinking to yourself, okay, well, that's great that it's right here, but what about right in your face? Well, as you can see there's airflow right in front of the steering wheel. And I've got a yoke, but it's in front. And the higher up, the more airflow. So you can also change, I don't know if it makes much of a difference because it doesn't have channels here. It probably makes more of a difference in terms of coming down here. Yeah, see, airflow there. And then it goes up there when I go up. So that makes a difference. But right there, that is the airflow. Let me take that off so you can hear me. That's the airflow demonstration. As you can see, it works perfect. That's it. That's why Hansshow, I highly recommend it. It's the best of both worlds. The software, I'm going to do a separate video because this one's going to be too long. I'm going to do a separate video about the software. It'll be after this, so if you're watching this now, it won't come. But if you're watching this later, I'll put a link in the top or a link down in the description below somewhere where you can see that video for the, the software. I played around with it for about 10 minutes only, so that's why I don't want to give it a review of the software now. It'd be unfair. But from what I can see, they've nailed the software. It is a new version, newer than any of the other ones I saw, newer than the 6.8-inch steering column one. The camera works great. The camera's high definition camera. It works really good. But I'll do a separate video on that. So this is the installation. This is, I think it's called the F9 by Hansshow. It is the 9-inch center console screen that has air vents that solves one of the biggest complaints that people have been complaining about for a long while. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one, folks. Take care. Bye-bye.